towards 1 point in the holes 3. All right, I'm sitting here with two gentlemen from the Android Studio team. We've got Jamal and James. Jamal, would you start by telling us all the latest stuff going on in Android Studio?
Absolutely. So I'm really excited about a couple new features. First of all, as you heard at the keynote, we launched the bundling in of Kotlin, which is a brand new language that's enabling you to develop apps on Android. The second cool feature is around performance tools. We launched a whole new suite of tools around CPU performance, memory performance, and network performance. So I'm really excited about those as well. And thirdly, we added the Google Play Store to the Android emulator that allows you to have end-to-end testing, so you can test out things like in-app purchasing or the download experience, and have updated Google Play services. So this is a cool thing I'm looking forward to.
Awesome, and I assume you've been talking to developers around the festival today. What's the reaction so far?
Yeah, developers are super excited about Kotlin. The thing about Kotlin is that it's been around for about five or 6 years, and a lot of developers have been actually using it for Android, so they're really excited to hear an official announcement and endorsement from Google about using it.
Now, we took a look at the profiler earlier, and I mean, it's really exciting to see that ability of that level of debugging live while the app is running on the simulator. What are some of the cool things that you've been able to discover as you've been testing that feature?
Yeah, I think one of the cool things is that a lot of developers didn't realize is that their app is using a lot of background data, or a lot of active data. So having a visualization to see what the traffic looks like coming in and out, and understanding what's the packet size, what's the latency of those various packets, to have a better understanding of how to utilize network. Because what we find is actually turning on the radio is actually impacting battery life. So having a better performing networking stack actually affects better battery life.
Awesome. And James, what's going on in your world?
Well, with Android Studio 3.0, we are also making available for the first time the tooling for instant apps. So we're really excited about that because, as you've heard in the keynote, instant apps is now GA, and any developer can now go build an instant app and publish it on Play Store.
And the tooling that you've built into Android Studio makes it really easy for developers to get up and running with either a new app or an existing app, right? Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, that's right. If you have an existing app with build tooling, actually we'll start by talking about the build system. From the ground up in the build system, we've introduced a new type of module called feature module to allow you to share code between your instant app and your regular app. So that's sort of a key foundation piece for you to start refactoring your existing app and to build your instant app. And then if you're building a brand new application, we've also modified and enhanced the built-in templates for you to easily include instant app support.
Awesome. So I'd like to ask a general question, if I may. Android Studio has been out a while, but it hasn't been out forever. But I think the advantages that it gives Android developers are huge. What are some of the coolest stories you've heard since Android Studio has been available?
Well, Android Studio has been out for actually version 3. We announced that today. Yeah. One thing we actually launched last year was the layout editor and the new constraint layout. And a lot of developers really loved hand-jamming XML files. And we introduced this, we showed them the new tool, and it took them about 15 minutes to do it the old way. And we showed him the new tooling we launched last year at I/O, it took him 5 minutes. And he was amazed. He's like, I couldn't believe it. So we're really looking forward to making developers more efficient and developing apps. And this is some of the things we've been doing.
That's awesome. Have you heard any cool stories from developers around Android Studio?
Yeah, actually, one of the cool things that I've heard is in version 2.3, I think it was, when we introduced the APK Analyzer, we've heard stories where developers, when they start using the APK Analyzer, they realize that they've been bundling all these SO files for different architectures that they really shouldn't be. So as a result, they were able to reduce significantly their APK sizes, speeding up download speed for their users, and just enhancing performance in general.
That's awesome. All right, guys, is there anything else you want to tell developers before we get going?
Download Android Studio 3.0 and try it out.
All right, thanks, y'all.